In a world woven from blocks and shaped by imagination, Timber was no ordinary Minecraft player. He loved exploring every corner of his vibrant world, pushing the boundaries of creation and survival. Recently, he downloaded a new mod that tantalized his senses and promised adventure. The Snail mod. A flood of excitement rushed through him as he logged into his server, ready for the excitement that awaited. The mod was an overwhelming success. Snails of all shapes and sizes decorated the landscape, dotting the hills and valleys with their amiable presence. Timber chuckled at the thought of how his friends would react when they ventured into this snail-infested world. Each snail was about the size of a dog, making them both adorable and mildly intimidating. They came in various biomes, and Timber was eager to investigate them. As he joined the world, he spawned in the lush fields biome. It was a beautiful morning, and the sun cast golden rays upon the dewy grass. Squinting against the brightness, he spotted small, slimy creatures gliding through the emerald underbrush. There was something undeniably cute about them as they squelched slowly along their path. Timber crouched down, unable to resist the urge to pet one. The snail, which he nicknamed Pearl, had an iridescent shell that shimmered with a soft glow. It responded to his touch, coiling inward before peeking its head out again. "You're a cute one," Timber cooed, smiling as he observed the snail's playful antics. With the mod giving him insights and recipes related to the slugs, he noticed a sizzling hint: he could cook them for sustenance, or use their shells for building materials. Curiosity sparking within him, Timber decided to craft something special. He gathered some simple materials and started a small campfire to cook Pearl's cousins, leaving space for a gourmet meal. As he roasted the snails, which his mod lovingly labeled snail snacks, the aroma wafted through the air. Suddenly, he spotted it, a shimmering shell with magical markings etched across its surface. Timber discerned it belonged to a giant snail, a creature so rare and formidable that it struck fear, even within players renowned for their skills. His heart raced as a shadow fell over him. No, not just a shadow, a gigantic form emerging from the depths of the forest. The ground trembled beneath Timber's feet, and before he could fully react, a colossal snail burst through a grove of trees, its massive shell resembling a crumbling castle. Panic ensued as Timber scrambled backward, the snail's monstrous antennae barbing forward, taking in its surroundings. In an instant, he remembered what he'd read about giants in the mod's documentation. They were not just big, but unpredictable and capable of demolishing terrain. With its enormous jaws, the giant snail slammed down, crushing the remnants of several blocks where Timber had just stood. "This is not good," he shouted as he sprinted away, dodging the chaos. The creature pursued him slowly but forcefully. Timber dove behind a small hill, letting the towering behemoth plow through the cubed landscape, leaving behind a path of destruction. It was then he had an idea: if he could lure the giant snail back to the safety of the tranquil snails, it might calm down and retreat. With the knowledge gained from the mod, Timber quickly crafted a bait item that looked like an oversized snail shell. The goal was to distract the giant while he maneuvered through the landscape. As the snail approached, he threw the bait far into a nearby meadow, hoping it would draw the attention of the titanic creature. Much to his relief, it worked. The colossal snail curved its body with surprising elegance and began barreling toward the bait. Timber took a breath, feeling beacons of hope flicker to life as he planned his next move. He had to secure his safety while rescuing the smaller, friendly snails. Racing against time, Timber gathered the smaller snails, whom he affectionately named Snip, Crackle, and Pop for their soft but playful characteristics, and ushered them toward the hidden cave he had discovered on a previous adventure. It provided a perfect hiding place from the impending chaos. The ground shook violently as Timber and the snails reached the cave entrance. In a last-ditch effort, he quickly constructed a barricade using stone blocks, blocking the entrance just as the giant snail emerged right next to them, drawn to its bait. The moments stretched like an eternity, Timber's heart pounding in anticipation. The giant snail seemed wholly disinterested in the small cave filled with his new companions. It turned its massive shell away and resumed its exploration of the relatively flat land that Timber had left behind. The calamity gradually subsided, leaving a calm atmosphere in the cave. After a few moments of silence, Timber breathed a sigh of relief. He could hear the sound of the smaller snails moving about, seemingly unbothered by the near catastrophe. He joined them, turning to his community of friends and giving them some much-deserved attention, chuckling as they explored the cave walls, leaving slimy trails in their wake. Timber realized that he had much to learn about these creatures. As he sat there, pondering recipes and ideas, he began to sketch plans for a snail sanctuary. It would become a peaceful haven where players could admire the smaller snails while avoiding the dangers of their colossal counterparts. Over the next few days, Timber cultivated his sanctuary, using the shells to create mesmerizing sculptures, and employing the snails in various activities like racing or cooking contests. He found that the giant snails had cycles of calmness, fitting perfectly into the balance of his new life. As he collected his ideas, Timber thought of the day he would invite his friends to visit and witness the beauty of this newfound world where snails transcended their humble nature to become key players in the adventures of Minecraft. Snails, it turned out, were the essence of charm and creativity, an emblem of resilience in the volatile beauty of the blocky landscape. And though he dared not forget the danger of the giant snails, Timber smiled fondly as he returned to his chores in his snail sanctuary, ready to share his love and newfound knowledge with the world outside.